Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Lauren, please?
It's she.
Hey, Lauren, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Where are you calling from?
Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Okay. Why are you calling?
I'm
sorry.
calling because we do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. It's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then aren't calling them back, and they email us to see if we can get you on the phone and ask if something went wrong.
Okay, I didn't email anyone.
I know you didn't email
I
us.
didn't give the... Okay.
Somebody emailed us about you, though.
About me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you recently went out on a date with one of our listeners.
Okay.
His name is James.
Oh, my God.
Do you remember going out with James?
You know what? I don't think this is a good idea for me to talk to you.
Really? Can I just tell you real quick what he said about you? Because I really would like for you guys to go out again because he liked you a lot.
Well, first of all, he shouldn't have said anything about me.
Okay. Well, he told us about your first date, and he told us about the embarrassing incident.
What do you mean?
Well, he said that during the date, he was kind of tickling you, you're messing around, and then you passed gas.
Oh, Lauren.
He told you that?
Yes, he did.
It's okay. Don't be embarrassed.
But it's not a big deal, and that's why we're.
First of all, it's not even about being embarrassed. I cannot believe he would. So, what was the whole point of him calling you and he called you to tell you that so you could just embarrass me on the radio?
No, not at all, Lauren. He called and told us that because when we do this segment, we always talk to people about the date that they went on to figure out if there's anything awkward that happened.
Well, that's really messed up. He shouldn't have told you that because it's private.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. The only reason he told us that, though, was because he thought that's why you weren't calling back because you were embarrassed.
This is so up. He should be embarrassed. He's a complete weirdo. I thought he was a psycho, and obviously he is.
Why do you think he's a psycho?
First of all, it was weird that he was tickling me, by the way. That's so weird.
I thought that. Okay, so you sound like you don't like him very much. Before we let you...
I'm sorry. If you would like to know what a weirdo he is, I'm happy to tell you because obviously he has no problem calling a radio station and telling them something personal about me.
I would love to hear what a weirdo he is, and I'm sorry. You shouldn't be embarrassed. We're not trying to embarrass you at all.
No.
It's more just so James can know why you're not calling him back.
Well, so we went out for breakfast on our date because, I wanted to make sure he wasn't a weirdo, and it was actually nice. And then he wanted to know if I wanted to take a drive. It was a really nice day out, and on the drive, it was beautiful. It was the perfect day, and so we just stopped at some parks. We just stopped at various places. But then when we got to one place, and he pulled over, and I was like, "Oh, I thought he was going to try to make out with me." And he told me that he had something he wanted to show me, so. He got out of the car, and I got out of the car, and he walked me back to the trunk of the car.
Oh, my gosh.
That is scary already.
What was going through your mind at that moment?
I was worried that there was going to be, a sledgehammer, but I was hoping it would be, I don't know, maybe he was getting a jacket or something. You know what I mean? I was like, maybe he's getting a jacket.
Right.
So he opened the trunk, and he pulled out an urn.
No.
Okay, like a silver urn.
Weird.
And he said, "This is really important to me. This is really special to me. This is my father."
What?
Whoa.
I was yeah.
That's a little bit heavy for a first date.
Yeah, and I didn't even know what to think. I was just silent. I didn't even ask anything. I didn't want to know anything about it at that point.
Yeah.
And then he just says, because my father really loved birds. And so whenever I drive to someplace beautiful and see bird feeders, I stop because it was his final wish that I sprinkle his ashes into the bird feeders so he can be free with the birds.
Oh wow.
God.
That's
a lot.
That's kind of weird. I mean,
so weird.
If that's his father's last wishes, that's one thing. But to do that with you on a first date, hey, we're going to share this special experience and feed my dad's father's ashes to some birds, I could see how that would kind of turn you off a little bit, Lauren.
That's at least third date material. Come on.
Yeah.
Did you guys spread ashes together?
Yeah, because I was afraid he was going to kill me. Because I was like, how did his father die? Did he kill his dad?
Yeah.
Not natural causes, bro.
Wow. All right. I can see why that turned you off then, Lauren. That's kind of strange.
Yeah. I was just so relieved, honestly, when I got home and I was not dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Hey, Lauren.
Yeah. 'Lauren? 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 'Lauren Are you serious?
I am. Sorry.
Hi, Lauren.
Oh my God.
I'm just a little offended that, I decided to open myself up and let you in on something, personal and special to me, and then you judge me by it,
What? First of all, here's the thing. I'm really sorry to hear about your dad, but you need to understand that that's actually nuts, what you did. Like, I didn't even know your dad was dead. Like, if we've been dating for a while, fine, maybe. But not only was it our first date, it was the first time that I met you. So did you know we were going to do that? Like, that's weird.
No, I had no intention, but when we were driving and I saw the birds and I said,
Yes,
this
there's
would
birds
be a great
everywhere.
time
You like pull over every time you see a bird?
Make good to my dad, and at the same time, see what kind of connection I have with this girl that I had a great time at breakfast with, had a great time talking to, had a great time driving with, and I thought, maybe she was kind of real. Maybe she was a little bit deeper than just a puddle, that maybe she might
Are
understand
you
what I was doing.
serious? Because I am weirded out you pulled out an urn on our first date. I'm shallow.
It's a little bit because you can't understand why I'm doing it.
It is weird that you would take me to the trunk of your car, pull out an urn of your dad's ashes on our first date, and then feed the birds with it.
I mean, I didn't get weird when, you told me about all these traditions you have with your grandma and all these other things.
Okay, that is f***ing different. I was telling you what we used to make on Thanksgiving. If I told you that she was dead and I baked her ashes into a pie and ate it every Thanksgiving, then it would be the same.
Must I remind you that I overlooked the fact that you completely stunk up my car?
That is so up. Like, by the way, it's like completely weird also to tickle people on the first date. Like,
Oh, yeah, we forgot about the tickling thing.
Very true.
Well, it sounds like you two just had a wonderful time together, and that would mean that I need to ask Lauren if she would like to go on a second date with James. But we'll pay for you on a second
not.
date. No? You answered before I was even done asking the question, Lauren.
No, I'm sorry. I just can't. I understand that this is very personal to him, but I cannot.
All right. James, I'm sorry, man. No second date for you.
Can't blame the guy for trying, I guess.
Yeah. Maybe just wait a little while to bust out your dad's ashes on a date,
I could probably try that out.
Yeah, try that, and then also wait a little while to bust out the tickling on a date.
Yes.
She should not order the burrito.
Hello,
Hi, is this Chelsea?
this is she.
Hi, Chelsea. How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Oh, is this about my dry cleaning? Because I'm picking it up today, I promise.
Oh my God. Chelsea.
No, it's not about your dry cleaning.
But suddenly I understand who you are because I'm the same person.
I will let them know though you're picking it up.
Yeah. You're not going to though. Let's be honest.
Okay, I'm sorry. Who's this?
This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Okay.
And we don't do dry cleaning, but we might start.
I'm confused. Did I win like a prize or something?
No, we actually do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then don't call them back after, they can email us to get you on the phone and try to find out what happened. So we got an email about you from a dude named Sean.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I know Sean.
Yeah, he told us. He told us about how he actually was supposed to go on a date with your roommate.
Yeah. He showed up and I felt really bad. So I just said like, we can go to a bar and hang out for a little.
Yeah.
You pity dated him is what he said.
I mean, it wasn't like full on pity because like if I didn't want to hang, I wouldn't have, but like it's not like he had a date with me.
But did you enjoy hanging out with him though? He thought that you guys had a great time and actually had a really good date, even though he wasn't supposed to be on a date with you.
Did he tell you like everything that happened, everything we talked about?
I mean, here's what he told us. He said that you guys hung out at the bar and you played a game called Put It in the Hole, where you try to throw things in each other's mouths. He told us that you kissed, and he said at the end of the night, you guys were laughing and having fun, and he thought it would be totally cool to hit you up again for another date, but he's tried to do that, and you haven't answered him.
Yeah. I mean, the game was like fun and all, but honestly, he doesn't seem really honest, and I'm kind of like skeptical if he was telling me the truth or not when we went out.
What do you think he was lying about?
Everything.
Whoa.
What?
He said, like, he's been struck by lightning 3 times.
Oh.
And, like, I don't even know anyone who's been struck once.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty rare.
I mean, but, like, I could let that slide. But then, like, right after, he said it happened around the time that he was roommates with Zac Efron, like, before Zac Efron got famous. And, like, hasn't Zac Efron been famous since he was, like, 12? Like, that just didn't make sense.
Yeah,
Right.
I mean,
Weird.
there's definitely some flags flying up that say, like, compulsive liar.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there's, like, more than... literally, the whole thing, I feel like, was a lie. He told me he, like, won the New York Marathon, but, like...
He won it.
was disqualified because he lost, like, that number that you wear when you're running, you know?
Oh, no.
He was running so fast it flew off.
All that running for nothing.
I mean, like, he is in really good shape, but, like, to win a marathon, like, wouldn't I have heard about it? Like, if I Googled him, would have seen that? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, you would
know?
think so. I know a dude like that who tells the tallest tales ever, and you're like,
Really?
that did not happen.
But, like, that's not even the worst of it. I think the worst one was he told me he hooked up with, like, 2 Victoria's Secret models on Kendrick Lamar's private jet.
Oh, wow.
So he's roommates with Zac Efron. He's on Kendrick Lamar's private jet, hooking up with Victoria's Secret models.
And that was the 3rd time he got hit by
But,
lightning.
Yeah.
but wait, hold
In the
on.
plane.
He's getting stood up by your roommate on a Tinder date. Like,
That doesn't add
you're
up.
right. There's a lot of things that are missing here.
Totally lying.
Well, she's the one that called BS on it. Like, I came home and I told her, and I was like, did he tell you any of this? Like, did he send you a picture of him, like, on a private jet or anything? And she was like, no, this guy is a liar. Don't talk to him ever again.
Did you say anything to him on the date? Like, I like who you are without all these big lies. Like, you don't have to tell me this.
I didn't, like, outright tell him that he was lying because he does, like, the way he told the stories. I started to believe him because, like, what do I know? I don't know if it's not true or not. Like, maybe he really does have this crazy, extravagant life.
Who knows? Maybe we should ask, because he's actually on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
Wait, he's what?
He's on the other line and wants to talk to you. Unless Kendrick Lamar tried to call through, they might have taken his call. I don't know. Sean, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, my God.
I'm a little bummed out that you're kind of, like, questioning my integrity.
I mean,
God.
it's all of the things, like, you're not that old. How could you have experienced all of this stuff?
Well, I don't know, but I have. I mean, getting hit by lightning 3 times in a row isn't exactly a bragging thing. And I have medical records that says I've been lit up.
Been lit up. I mean, they do say, don't they say, like, once you get hit once, you have a greater chance of getting hit again? Isn't that what
Well,
the
you
step?
don't have to convince me that's true.
Aren't you, like, supposed to have marks on your body when you're hit by lightning? Like,
Yeah.
I must have passed through me in a way that just jolted all my organs for a second.
Oh.
I'm having a hard time because you are believable and you did stay on the phone through all of this. Like, if you were a big fat liar, I would think you would have hung
Yeah,
up on
that's
us by
true. I
now.
didn't
Like
think
the Zac Efron thing, he was shooting in the area. I'm very good friends with his friend. He stayed at my place for a week. That does count as a roommate.
Okay,
Oh,
so
now I'm starting to
Zac
believe
Efron
it.
slept on your couch for a week or something like that.
Yeah. And as far as the Victoria's Secret model thing, that really did happen. And I was on Kendrick Lamar's plane. Kendrick Lamar was not there, but I had to sign an NDA.
What?
Which means I shouldn't be even talking about it at all. On the radio, it's probably a huge no-no. But, like, I have pictures, I can't even show them. But it happened.
why do you have pictures of you hooking up?
Everyone has their phones out and stuff.
So people were filming you hook up with the Victoria's Secret models in Kendrick Lamar's plane?
Yeah, I didn't.
It's just like-
to be clear, like, I didn't sleep with them. I just was hooking up with them and drinking champagne on the plane.
And hey, to be fair, Chelsea, if I was hooking up with Victoria's Secret models, I would also have pictures of it. Like, that is a moment that you only get once in life.
All right, what about you riding across the country on horseback? Did that really happen?
Okay, that story is slightly different. Yeah, I rode across country on horseback, but what I didn't tell you is that I rode back as well. And I thought I was like, oh, I'm going to be bragging if I say I did a round trip.
Like one time
even under-
riding across the country on horseback raises enough questions. Yeah, you don't need to add that you rode
Turn
back.
around and
You can see how these stories sound pretty made up, though, right?
Look, you don't have to believe me on this, but they happened. I was there. I lived it.
You're pretty convincing.
And I actually believe the horseback thing. The one I have a problem with, Sean, is the marathon. You won the New York City Marathon.
One of the hardest.
I won in my division.
How fast did you run it?
Look, you don't have to grill me like I'm some sort of liar. I know the truth. I was there. You weren't there. So get off my job, okay?
What about you escaping the Mexican cartel? Did that really happen?
Wow.
You escaped the Mexican cartel.
Okay, El Chapo.
Oh, my God. All right. So, first of all, what I was doing down there, and I was a dumb kid, and I was trying to buy weed, and I got in the wrong place at the wrong time, and they took me for ransom. They take people for ransom. They call their families, and they're like, give me money, and we'll let them go.
Trying to buy weed, and then I round up in the middle of a huge coke deal between the cartels.
It happens. It's rampant down there.
I have heard.
And so I will tell you how I got out of there. It wasn't very fancy, but we basically became friends, all of us, and joked around and smoked and drank while they waited for their money. And they trusted me enough to go take a leak out on the back deck, and then I just hoofed it and ran.
Wow.
So you're either the most interesting man on the planet, or you're the biggest liar we've ever met.
I am known for being the unluckiest and luckiest guy on the planet at the same time.
All right.
My
Well,
gosh.
Who knows you like that, though?
Chelsea, would you like to get to know Sean?
All of my friends.
Would you like for Sean to prove it to you? Would you go on a second date with Sean? We'll pay for it. Then you guys can sit down and he can bring the medical records of his lightning strike.
I just don't know, because, like, I don't know if he's telling the truth or not. Like, he's got answers to every question. Like,
I have answers to every question because they happened. It's real easy for me. Think about this. I've been going around telling people that I went on a Tinder date and that the date wasn't even there, but I took out her roommate. Like, that's already, like...
Yeah, weird stuff happens to you, man.
You're an excellent liar, Sean. I commend you.
Jubal's jealous.
Yeah. Chelsea, what do you think? Do you want to give Sean one more shot?
I do think I'm going to go on a date and see what happens.
Oh, my gosh.
All right. Sean, congratulations. You got a second date.
Yay.
Yeah, bring along your medical records and all that stuff.
Well, I don't know if I can get my hands on them by then, but I'll see.
Sure. Okay.
Really?
All right. Well,
Convenient.
hope your date goes well. And congratulations, Sean. Chelsea, thank you for your time, too.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know.
And Sean, the next time you go on Kendrick Lamar's private jet, invite, please.
Yeah, dude.
We don't actually talk anymore. It was his buddy's plane, so yeah.
Okay. All right. Sure. Sounds legit. We'll see you.
Hello?
Hi, is this Heather?
This is her.
Hey, Heather, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm well. Who are you again?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. It's a radio show.
Okay. And what are you calling about?
Well, I'm calling you today because one of our listeners actually sent us an email wanting to get a hold of you.
Can you hold on for a second? I'm on the toilet.
Sure.
That is maybe the most honest response
Yeah.
you've ever gotten to that information.
Okay, then.
Sorry for the bad timing.
Hello? Done yet?
Yeah, hold on. Okay, I'm good. So what's going on?
Well, I just want to make sure everything's cool over there.
Yeah, you good?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
All right. One of our listeners sent us an email because you went on a date with them and now you won't call them back. So they thought maybe we could help figure out why.
Oh.
It's called the Second Date Update. That's where if you go out on a date with somebody and then end up blowing them off, they can email us to get you on the phone and see if we can figure out what happened. You know, since you won't talk to them.
Is his name Travis?
Yes.
Yeah.
It is Travis.
Yeah.
Travis just doesn't quit, does he?
Kind of a kooky guy who's always on. That's how he described himself, at least.
I mean, I didn't see it as that, but maybe he would describe himself that way.
How would you see him then?
Oh my goodness. He was just sort of obnoxious and pretentious and a little bit like controlling. I don't know. He's
Pretentious
pretty
and
terrible.
pretentious and controlling. I didn't
And
get that from him.
Well, you weren't the one on the date with him like I was.
Yeah, not yet.
True.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I don't know. He sounded nice to me. We talked to him about your date, and he thought you guys had fun.
Oh my gosh, is he like delusional?
I mean, apparently he is, because honestly, when we asked him, like, well, why wouldn't she be calling you back? He was totally clueless.
Well, did he tell you about his precious car, his Tesla that he just got?
Oh, no. He's a Tesla guy.
He didn't tell you about it? Like, that's all he talked about the whole night.
Really?
Cool.
So is he just obsessed with his Tesla?
Yes, he wouldn't stop talking about it, showing me all the features and how cool it is. And I'm like, okay, I get it. Like, you got a new car. You know, you're excited about it. I was going to give him the benefit of the doubt at first because, you know, if I get a new car, I'd probably be happy about it too.
Yeah, and those are cool cars. Not a lot of people get to go in them.
Right. So it was nice to get to ride in one, I guess.
Yeah.
But then we get to the restaurant, and he's still just concerned about his car. Like, I was picking out things I wanted to order because he was asking me, well, what are you going to get? What do you think about getting? And at first I wanted the margarita pizza. Mm-hmm. And he was like, no, you'll get stuff all over your hands, and it could get in my car. Why don't you get something where you can use a fork?
Don't get finger food. You may ruin the Tesla.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I don't know how I'm going to get food from the restaurant into your car. It's not like we're eating in your car, but...
That would make me want to order the margarita pizza then. Yeah. I'd be like, oh, really?
Right?
Well, I'm going to order it.
Yeah, I almost did. Because then every suggestion I made after that, he kept, like, vetoing it. He didn't want me to get the lobster linguine because he was like, oh, that's really greasy.
Oh. Is where you're going to grease up the seats in his Tesla because you get some sort of greasy food?
Well, not just that, but he thought that the smell of the lobster would somehow get into the leather seats of his car, and that his car would smell like lobster.
Does he think you're going to take a bath in lobster instead of just eating?
I don't know, I guess.
Oh my God, and why is this guy even dating? It sounds like he's in love with his car, and no one will ever match it.
Right? He didn't even want garlic bread. Like, he sent the garlic bread back because it was too buttery.
Oh, man. So basically, this dude should not be doing anything because it could possibly maybe ruin his Tesla.
Yeah, it was really weird and really controlling too. I'm like, you can't just tell me what I can eat and what I can't eat. Like, I was really put off, and I was like, I just want the date to be over at this point.
Would the date have gotten better if he let you order whatever you want and then called you an Uber so you didn't stink up his seats?
Oh, that would have been terrible too.
Look at you finding a solution to make everybody happy, Jubal.
All right, date's done. I'll meet you somewhere else. Just you got to get in an Uber. Can't drive my car anymore because you ordered the lobster.
All right, garlic breath.
It was literally the worst date ever.
Oh,
wow.
Ever? Wow.
Ever.
How is that possible?
Who's that?
Well, Heather, that's Travis. He's actually on the other line listening and apparently couldn't wait to talk to you.
Oh, my God. He heard the whole thing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard everything.
Well, I guess now you know why I haven't called you back.
Yeah.
Heather, I'll have you know that the Tesla, it's the most technologically advanced car that's even being made. Like,
oh my God!
People wait for years to get their Tesla. Like, they pre-order them.
Yeah, but
like,
why?
Yeah, I get that, but like, why do you have to control what I eat? Because you're that concerned.
I mean, it's not just that I was controlling what you eat. I was controlling what I eat too. And like any of the food.
That doesn't make it better.
Greasy things, greasy chocolate, no coffee, nothing that can make some kind of stain does not get to go in my Tesla.
Oh my God, Travis.
So you don't bring the food into the car, but you could eat it in a restaurant.
You got to really wash up good, you know?
Travis, are you listening to what she's saying? I mean, at first you went from like the guy who can't stop bragging about his car, and then you went to the guy who's like weirdly controlling about his vehicle.
Honestly, you sound like someone that doesn't own a $120,000 car.
You're very right.
When you have a Toyota Corolla, you're not complaining about people eating it, but you know, when you have a beautiful Tesla like I do, it's a different story.
I mean,
you're crazy. You made me wash my hands twice to make sure that I was clean enough to enter your car.
I mean, listen, I picked you up. I paid for everything. I tipped pretty generously, and I think, you know, using a couple wet naps before and after dinner, like, that's not a big ask.
So wait, you're saying that she owes you the hand washing because you paid for everything?
Did I mention my car cost $120,000?
What? No, I don't think you said that, Travis.
That's like a beach cottage.
Yeah.
I guess. Well, yeah, I guess that would be like a beach cottage somewhere. Or a mansion in Detroit. I don't know. That's a lot of money, though. I agree, but
it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
but I don't think you're going to have a lot of people that want to ride in your car if they can't do anything.
I mean, it's simple. You just, you clean up. You don't make sure nothing smells. Make sure you didn't eat anything that smells.
Travis.
You wash your hand. I mean, it's a very expensive car.
Yeah, we got that, dude. Not only are you not going to want to have people ride it, you're not going to have anyone that wants to date you because that's all you talk about is how much money you paid for a damn car.
It's not a matter of money. It's a matter of respect.
Oh.
And if you respected me or this beautiful machine, you wouldn't bring your filthy hands in there. That's all.
Filthy hands? Travis, you made me eat a salad. Like with a fork, light dressing. There's no way I was getting anything filthy into your car. You're just being super paranoid and crazy.
Well, vinaigrette is pretty tough to get out. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Oh, my God.
Well,
Drop it. There's not one apology from Travis.
Heather, would you like to go out with Travis again on a second date?
No.
No?
Absolutely
Okay,
not.
that
Are you
was
sure?
quick.
Because we'll pay for it.
I'm positive.
Uber
No, please, don't waste your money.
Sorry, Travis. No second date.
Yeah.
Listen, Heather, this is your loss. I liked you. I had them call you. I called the radio and had them get in touch with you because I really wanted to hear from you again. But you know what? You blew it because you could have had a chance to ride my car anytime you want.
Whoa.
The ship has sailed on that.
You know what? I think I'm going to be just fine not riding your Tesla again. I think that's all cleared up. And thank you guys for actually having me on the radio so that he knows now why I'm not going to call him back and he could stop trying.
Okay, well, stay strong. Don't have any regrets.
Hey, maybe I'll see you at the bus stop, loser.
Hello?
Hi, is Kim there?
Yeah, this is Kim.
Hey, Kim, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning, the radio show.
Okay.
Good, I'm just calling you because I want to talk to you about something if you have a moment.
I'm sorry. I have no idea who you are.
I know. I can tell. Host a radio show. We do a segment on that show called Second Date Update. You recently went out with one of our listeners. He liked you so much that he sent a very long email into the show about your date and how much he wants to see you again.
Okay.
You apparently ended your date with him, not even saying that you wanted to go out again, just by going, we'll see. Maybe we can hang out.
It's always positive.
Know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I think so.
His name is Chuck.
Yeah.
Can we talk about Chuck for a minute?
I'd really rather not, to be honest with you.
Really?
I mean, that's kind of my personal business.
Right. You don't have to air anything else about yourself. Like, we just want to know if Chuck did something wrong on your date. He feels like the fact that he has a kid turns you off. Is that what did it?
Well, yeah. To be honest with you, yes.
Okay.
Is it because he lied on his profile, or is it because you don't like children, or don't want your own children, I guess I should say?
It's that he has a kid. That's the bottom line.
So you just don't like kids? Which, hey, by the way, I support.
No, I like kids. Kids are great. I have a kid.
Oh, wait,
Oh,
what?
you have a kid?
Yes.
What?
Wait, does he know that you have a kid?
Did you tell him?
No, he's not. No.
You didn't tell him that you have a kid, too?
And you withheld that information from your online dating profile, I'm guessing?
Yeah, which is one of the reasons why I don't fault him for that.
So you don't want to see him again because he has a kid? Because you have a kid?
Yeah, I'm not interested in beginning a relationship with anybody who has kids. I don't want any more children. I mean, I don't know if you guys have kids, but it's incredibly difficult, and I have my hands full, and that's my prerogative.
But don't
Wow. I didn't see that coming at all, Kim. I just thought you were going to be completely against kids.
Yeah, I mean, I like kids. I don't want to have to raise anybody else's kids or be intimately involved in anyone else's children's lives.
You don't want like an instant family of 4.
Yeah, no, none of that like Brady Bunch situation. I don't want that.
But Kim, don't you think like dating someone who also has a child, maybe you could relate more to them? They would be more understanding of your trials and tribulations through life.
Well, yeah, I mean, absolutely, which is why, like, I would be happy to be his friend, but it's my perspective that I don't want a romantic relationship with somebody like that.
What about and we'll get you off the phone here in a minute. I appreciate you spending some time with us and talking to us about this. Why, though, wouldn't you just say to him then, like, hey, I have a kid, too. That's cool. And then you can blow him off however you want, but why not say anything about the fact that you have a kid?
The date went well. I mean, I really did like him. I got the feeling he liked me, and I was pretty sure that if I told him I had a kid, that would open the door to more negotiation about a second date. And, like, it's a hard line with me. Right. As much as I liked him, I'm not interested. So
absolutely no chance of him going out with you again?
Wow.
No.
Not unless he gets rid of the kid. Maybe then, a possibility. Kim?
For adoption. That's terrible.
Kim, thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Okay.
I do also have to let you know that Chuck is actually on the phone and heard everything that you just said.
Really?
Yes.
I have to say, I am speechless right now.
We all are.
Like, so what are you just looking for? Single, no kid guys?
Yeah, exactly. Like I said, I have enough to handle on my own, and that's just something I've decided for me and my son. That's what I'm looking for, and when you're the kid, they come first, and to me, that is a priority for the two of us. So
I had to do something else, Kim. I had to have something in my teeth or something.
I don't really. I hope you can understand where I'm coming from.
Kim, is there any way we can get you to waver on it just a little bit and give Chuck a second date?
Yeah.
Just make an exception to your rule one time.
No.
Have you ever dated a guy with a kid and it just didn't work out?
No, but I mean, I am one of those people where I like my own kid, but I don't really like to be around anyone else's
Hey,
kids.
Kim, if we take Kim and Chuck, if we take the kids out of this whole thing, did you like Chuck other than that?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, so you had a great time. You liked him a lot. The only reason is that he has a kid and you have a kid and you don't want to get into a relationship with someone with a kid.
Right.
It's just so weird. I feel like this could happen. I don't know why. It is so weird to me.
No, I mean, I feel like I'm like explaining myself over and over here, but
Yeah.
you know, I said that was the only thing about that first date that was wrong, and it's the big thing, and I don't bend on it.
You know, I try to stay as open as I can, you know, in case something comes along that's really great. And I thought that you were really great, and I think that
that's
try
great for
it one
you.
more time.
That's just not how I do it.
Okay, Kim, not to beat a dead horse, but let's do it anyway. Would you like to go out on a second date with Chuck? We will pay for
I
it.
would not.
Damn it. Please, Kim.
You thought that was going to be the one,
Yeah,
right?
I thought maybe after asking you like 6 times in a row if there was any way we could get you, you might cave then if I said I would pay for the date. But no, you won't go out with Chuck.
No.
I'll tell you what, we'll be friends, and we'll go on play dates.
There you go.
I'll keep on asking you out until you go out.
You guys can...
Keep on asking.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. It's going to be awkward when you guys are friends now, and every 5 seconds he's asking you to go out. But
He's like, let me pay.
I guess I'll let you guys talk it out.
Okay.
Kim, now that you know Chuck really wants to talk to you, maybe at least you guys can talk on the phone and see if you want to hang out as friends and take your kids to the kid park or whatever you guys do.
Park, it's not a dog.
You just let them off and run around while you guys talk, right? That's how it works.
It's called the playground, Jubal.
Oh. All right, one of those things. You know, you guys can figure it all out. All right.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Ivy, please?
This is Ivy.
Hey, Ivy, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. I'm moving 92.5.
Who's this?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning on the radio station moving 92.5.
Oh. Hi. Hi.
How's it going?
Kind of weird. How are you?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Description.
Any idea why I'm calling you, Ivy?
No idea.
I'm calling you because you recently went out on a date with a friend of mine, a guy with very, very white teeth. He goes by the name Timothy, and you guys went out to the casino. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah.
That was a downward
all right.
tone.
Wow.
Well, Timothy emailed us about you because he really enjoyed your date, and he's wondering why you left in the middle of it.
Okay. I don't know what to say.
Okay, so he told us that, you guys went to the casino and you seemed to be having a good time. And then all of a sudden, in the middle of you guys playing roulette, you got up and said you had to go to the bathroom. And then you texted him and said, I'm driving home.
Mm-hmm.
And then he said something about later on, like, hey, do you want to get together again? And you said, absolutely not. So he clearly did something to upset you, right?
He told you all of that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Kind of, yeah, actually.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, what did
Please,
he do?
Yeah, please tell us, because this one's killing me. He sounds like a normal, nice guy.
This was a first date, and he had a big, huge plan, and I was not into it.
Okay.
He like proposed marriage
All right.
over sushi or
Hey,
something.
Ivy, he says that the only thing he can think of that went wrong on the date was the fact that he had just had his teeth bleached a little while ago, and he thinks maybe that his ultra white teeth turned you off. That wasn't it?
No, he had fine teeth. What the hell? So we're at dinner. It was a nice dinner, and then they brought out dessert menus, and instead of ordering dessert, he pulls out. Oh my God! He pulled out like a key card for the hotel in the casino.
What?
And puts it on the table. I'm like, "What's that?" You know, and he's like, "Well, I took the liberty of getting a room upstairs, and I have got some champagne, and I thought maybe we could go have dessert upstairs."
Right. So he was trying to get you up to the hotel room already.
Oh God, and using a horrible cliche for all of it.
Nice.
Honestly, I was so shocked, and I didn't know what to do. So I just sat there and like was thinking about it the whole time in my head, and I'm like, starting to get pissed.
Yeah.
Like, what kind of girl does he think I am? But seriously, like,
Hey, Ivy, I know who we can ask what kind of girl he thinks you are, because Timothy, you Casanova.
You hornball.
He's on the other line right now. Timothy, you didn't tell us about the room key. That's a big detail to leave out.
Timothy's on the phone now?
Yeah, he is. Say hi to Timothy, Ivy.
Hi, Ivy.
So embarrassing.
I didn't think it was that big of a deal, and I did not think that you thought of it that way. Seriously, I was like, I ordered that hotel room as soon as we made the plans because I knew that we were going to drink, and I don't drive drunk. And when I went up to the hotel room, when I first got to the casino, it was really nice. It was like there was like a beautiful view, and there was a mini fridge, and I was like, yeah, like I'll get some champagne. Like it would be super nice, and like I totally was not thinking like that it was creepy at all.
Right.
If it was like so platonic and everything, why not get 2 hotel rooms?
I just figured for myself, like I was going to stay there no matter what.
Oh, okay.
I just figured, hey, you know, like we're out here, I'll get a hotel room, no big deal.
You know, can I be completely honest with you, Timothy? I think that's a heaping pile of bullshit.
Yeah, girl.
It's just an excuse. You just wanted to get into my pants. So you're acting all noble, like, oh, I don't drink and drive. Honestly, trying to sleep with me on a first date, you must have thought I was easy. You must have thought I was a but just would try to get laid on a first date, and you can't make any excuses that are going to make up for that.
Okay.
I'm not wrong.
In my defense,
Okay, wait.
let me just say, in my defense, now your friends did say that I might get lucky, but that's not what I was thinking.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. But that's not what I was thinking. That's your friend. So you,
Ivy, do you think that your friends would have sold you out like that and told Timothy that you're a sure thing?
I don't care. All I know is it's insulting. It's ridiculous. I'm not so sorry, and it's the rudest thing that anyone has ever done on a first date, ever.
What?
Well,
okay, so let me just say, like, I think when I brought the key card out, I may have made it a little bit more of a joke. You know what I mean? Like
No, he's backpedaling.
want to go to my room? You know, like I did kind of say it like that. Like, kind of
Yeah,
like
right.
joking, you know?
Hey, Timothy, let's just stop where you're ahead, all right? Or not even close to ahead,
way
actually. Let me just stop you. How about that?
Yeah.
Ivy, I would love to ask if you would like to go out on a second date with Timothy. We will pay for it. I'm sure Timothy is down.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to go out with Timothy again? We will pay for it.
Well, let's see. Somebody who orders a hotel room on
Yeah.
a first date,
that's a very good point.
I'm going to go with no.
Oh, man.
Shocking.
That surprises me,
Why?
Ivy. Yeah, you sounded like you were smitten with the guy. Timothy, have you learned anything from the second date update?
Yeah. You know, I guess I'm just gonna have to be a little cooler, I guess.
Be a little slicker next
Or maybe
time.
just, go for it and just hire a lady for the evening.
Yeah.
So you know what you're getting into.
Hello?
Is this Brittany?
Yes?
Hi, Brittany. How are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Are you serious?
I am serious.
Oh my God. Okay. Hi.
Hi, what's going on?
Hi, Brittany.
Not much.
What are you all doing?
We're just hanging out, figured we'd give you a call and check in and see how your day's going.
Okay. Why are you calling me?
It's a great question.
Well, I want to talk to you about something for a second. It's something you might not even remember.
Okay.
It happened back when you were in high school.
Oh, gosh. Is this for real, or is this a prank?
No, this is not a prank. This is for real.
Okay, this is a little different, but okay.
So there was a dude named Trevor that you went to high school with. Do you remember a guy named Trevor?
Trevor? In my class?
Yeah, let me see if I can jog your memory a little bit, okay? So you guys went to high school together. I guess he was in one of your classes. And one day you guys studied together.
Okay. That still could be a lot of people.
Well, I'm thinking you might remember studying with this guy. He was a freshman and you were a sophomore.
Okay.
And I guess you guys had geometry together.
Okay.
And one day after school, you went over to his house to study.
Okay.
Okay, nothing yet? Remembering Trevor?
No, not really.
Okay. Well, the only other way that I think I could get you to remember him is he tried to impress you with a veggie tray.
Oh my gosh.
Got it just
So
rang
you
a
remember
bell.
you remember the veggie tray?
I do remember that.
Oh,
that was the karate guy.
The karate veggie tray guy, yeah. So and Trevor actually emailed us because he wanted us to get a hold of you because he had a huge crush on you in high school, and I guess still kind of has a crush on you, and saw you on Facebook the other day and wanted to see if you'd go out with him.
Oh my God, are you for real?
I am 100% serious, yeah.
He told us the whole story about how you asked him to study, and it was like, seriously, the most memorable moment of all of his high school career.
Oh God. Oh my God, that's so weird.
Were you interested in Trevor in high school, or was that just a study session for you?
I just needed to pass geometry, and he was the smart guy. There's no doubt. He was a smart kid.
Was it obvious that he liked you, though?
I don't know. I mean, he was younger, so you know how it is. Like the younger guys, look up to the older girls.
Right. And as a sophomore, you don't want to date a freshman. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I mean, this whole thing was so long ago. I kind of remember that afternoon. It would be hard to forget with the veggie tray. But, it didn't get totally weird until the next day when his mom called me.
Wait.
His mom called you?
Yeah. Oh my God. I've never told anybody about this. Yes. His mom called me and she told me that Trevor had been really, really upset and crying in his room.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh.
And was just all devastated. And she wanted me to make sure that I knew that he was a really good kid and that the veggie tray was her idea.
Oh my gosh.
She actually called you to let you know the veggie tray thing was hers.
Yes. She said she was just trying to help her son on his first date.
Oh my God, I am mortified for him.
Oh my God, I was dying because I'm like, this was not a date. And I'm trying to explain to her, it's like, I need help with geometry. That's it. That's all.
So you're like, we were actually just studying. That's all I wanted to go over there and do was study.
Yeah. Oh gosh, it was crazy. And she went on and on about how all he wanted to do was kiss me, and she was trying to help him, but she didn't know how it worked these days. And so, she was all so apologetic about the vegetables. I'm like, it wasn't about the vegetables.
Were you just stunned on the other end of the phone? I wouldn't even know what to say.
I'm embarrassed.
As a kid, it's so nerve-wracking, when an adult to call you in the first place.
Right.
But the end of the conversation, she was trying so hard. I mean, I guess it was kind of sweet that she offered to drive us to the movies if we wanted to have a date. And I was just like, no, thank you. Goodbye.
Oh my gosh, you could have destroyed him in high school sharing that story.
No, but I didn't have the heart to do that because, it's so tough anyway. And I remember that's why I didn't talk about it. I didn't tell him about it.
That is nice of you. That's
You-
really nice of you not to put him on blast for his whole high school. I wonder if he knows, because he didn't mention to us about his mom calling you when we talked to him.
I hope for his sake he doesn't know. He doesn't need to know.
What if his mom told him?
If he didn't know before, he knows now, because he's on the other line listening to this conversation.
No, No.
Yes. Trevor, what's up?
Oh my God.
Trevor, you there?
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm mortified.
I can't believe any of this is happening.
I can't believe it either. My mom's horrible.
No, she loves you.
Yeah. You got to give her that. Did you know your mom had done that, Trevor?
No, not at all. We had never talked about it.
Oh, man.
She came home and she asked me how it went. And I'm sure I probably just went to my room or something. I don't know. I don't even really remember crying. But,
Sure.
Wait, Trevor, you were such a nice guy, and it was so nice of you to be willing to help me with geometry. But yeah, that was a crazy day.
well, you're still very sweet if you're able to say all that. So, I hope maybe if you want to, we can, go on a second date. Another first date.
Yeah.
Another first
That's better,
Brittany.
Trevor. That's better.
A better first date. I promise there will be no vegetables and there will be no mothers.
All meat date.
It's been a long time since you guys have seen each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I gotta say, I'm a lot different than what I was in high school. I don't do karate. I don't wear my outfits to school anymore. I actually play the mandolin now. And, yeah, so I'm a lot cooler than I used to be.
That's nice. He put down the veggie tray and picked up an instrument.
I don't even know exactly what a mandolin is.
Well, we can find out. Brittany, would you like to go on a first/second date with Trevor 10 years later? We will pay for it.
I can't believe he even remembers me. It would be fun to catch up. What about lunch or something like that? I think that could be kind of fun.
Okay, no pressure.
Lunch, of course I'm going to have lunch with you. That would be fantastic.
All right. Well, awesome. Congratulations, Trevor.
Wow.
I don't know if we can call this a date yet, but at least you get to go out with Brittany.
It's a catch-up.
It's a catch-up.
It's a ketchup.
That's awesome. Thank you guys so much.
Yes.
This is really fun. This has been a great day.
You have to call your mother and chew her out for that whole incident.
Tell her I said hi. Hello.
Hi, is Nicole there?
This is she.
Hey, Nicole, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
Okay.
Okay. How you doing?
What is this? What's going on?
We do a segment on our show called the Second Date Update. It's where if you go on a date with somebody and then end up not calling them after, we call you to find out why. And we recently got an email from somebody who went on a date with you.
Really?
Yeah, his name is Eric. And I guarantee you remember going out with Eric because he almost killed you.
Yes, it's hard to forget a date like that. Yeah.
So Eric told us a little bit about your date and the fact that he's been trying to get a hold of you and you haven't been calling him back. So he asked us to see if we could get you on the phone and find out why. I'm assuming it was the motorcycle ride that you didn't want to go on that's causing you to not call him back.
I mean, it wasn't a great start. You start off with the basic, why wouldn't you tell me you were going to pick me up on a motorcycle question?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you probably want to check on that before just showing up to your house like, hey, get on the back of my hog. We're going for a ride.
Yeah.
You had to have liked him a little bit because I can't even believe that you showed up to the restaurant after that whole incident.
Honestly, I thought about at that point just saying, you know what, this isn't going to work.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, he said he'd call me an Uber, and I was like, well, I'm already out here, and he's trying to make it better, and so I thought maybe I should give him another chance.
Okay.
Nice of
That's
you.
that is very nice of you.
Pity date.
So did you enjoy dinner with him then?
Well, I mean, we got there, and I was still really kind of shaken up. But it did start to get better when we got drinks, and I sort of sunk into date mode. You start asking the typical questions and doing the typical first date stuff.
And was the conversation going well and you guys were hitting it off?
Up to a point.
Up to a point.
That's
always
okay.
It's like a bless her heart bye.
Yeah. What do you mean up to a point?
Well, I started asking, what movies do you like and what do you do for fun? Basic stuff.
Yeah.
And one of my,
first date questions is, do you have any guilty pleasures? And you ask a question like that, and you sort of expect, like, you know, I like to watch Dancing with the Stars, or I really like chick flicks, or something to that effect. But he says, married women.
What?
Say that again?
Say that one more time. What'd you say?
Married women.
Is his guilty
Is his guilty pleasure?
So that was my reaction. I started laughing because I definitely thought he was joking, but I looked up and he wasn't laughing or smiling or anything. He was completely serious.
What did he mean by that?
He enjoys being with married women. I mean,
what?
Oh my!
But I mean, that's like a big old red flag, way more than the motorcycle.
Wait, did you?
Why would he offer that? Like, why would you tell anybody that?
Yeah, and on a first date. I mean, that's definitely not first date for me.
No.
What did you say to him?
I sort of panicked, and I was like, you know, how many times, thinking, you know, maybe it was just one, and he was like, oh, it's my, you know, kind of like a confession, like it's my guilty pleasure. I did it once, and it was guilty, and he literally couldn't give me a definitive answer because there were too many to count.
Oh no!
Hey, you got to give it to him. At least he's honest.
I suppose, but that's probably, you know, where I'm going to have to draw the line.
All right. You've probably told a lot of your friends about that, huh?
Yes, I have.
That's a good story.
Yeah,
That's
it
an
is
awesome story.
That is
It's
a great story.
ultimate worst date story ever.
Nicole,
I'm always going to win.
yeah, you are. I also have to tell you that Eric is actually on the phone listening to this conversation and wants to talk to you.
What?
That mother lover Eric is on the other line. Eric, where are you at?
Oh man, this is so misunderstood. There's such a misunderstanding here.
Come on.
There's a misunderstanding. You said that your guilty pleasure was being with married women.
I don't.
No. First of all, I misunderstood what you meant by guilty pleasure. Obviously.
Yeah, I guess.
Understand that.
I thought she was like, what's something you kind of feel like you may have been guilty of in the past that you want to admit to me? And I was like,
Oh, yeah. I do married women. It's my thing.
What about you?
It's not like I date married women. I've had a few experiences where married women have been attracted to me. It's not like I always follow through. She's making it sound a lot worse than it really is, actually.
Dude, you didn't really sound overly, like, remorseful about it. It was a pleasure. It's a pleasure. It's something you enjoyed.
Well, I mean, it just happened a couple of times.
Dude, you're an a-hole. You can't go around doing married women and then have other women think that that's okay.
I mean, in all honesty, married women are attracted to me, so it's more their fault than it is mine.
What are you going to do, right? Hey, if a married woman throws herself at you, you have to do it. You have no choice. Eric, so when you told us about your date, you didn't mention this conversation at all. Did this not seem like a big deal to you when you said that?
I didn't think it was.
What? How do you not think it is?
I don't know. It happened a few times in the past, and for the record, I don't think any husband has ever known about me.
Oh my gosh, that does not make
Good.
it better.
That makes it
Better.
perfectly okay.
No.
I'm 100% serious.
That's not actually where the problem lies.
Why would she
You-
ever believe that you're not one big lying cheat after you admit something like that on a first date?
I don't think Eric's a liar. I think Eric is maybe honest to a fault. I think you can trust Eric, Nicole. That's one thing.
But I think that's accurate. I think he would cheat, but he would tell me.
Right.
I'm not
good
really
point.
sure that's a win-win situation.
Oh man,
Oh, dude.
I shouldn't have even brought it up.
No, you definitely shouldn't have brought that up.
I mean, again, it's not like I'm out looking for married women. I seem to drive. My bike attracts a lot of married women.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is. Married
No, it's not my fault. It just happens. It just seems to happen to me a lot. That's all I was kind of saying. Is that married women seem to come on to me a lot. Like,
You're not making this any better at all.
yeah, I mean that's why it's a guilty pleasure because I feel kind of guilty.
That makes sense.
You want to save your affinity for having sexual relations with married women until you guys are already dating for a little while, Eric. It's too early on a first date.
Honestly, Nicole, I thought we had a great time that night. I mean, aside from the bike and this misunderstanding in our conversation, I really think you're awesome. You're adorable. I don't know. You seem like someone I could definitely hang out with if you wanted to go out again.
He feels that way about you, Nicole, and you're not even married. That shows how much he cares.
Lucky.
Yeah. Nicole, would you like to go out with Eric again? We'll pay for a second date.
Do it.
Don't you dare do it. That's the biggest red flag ever.
I really don't think so. I appreciate the offer though.
All right. You sure?
Oh my gosh, yes.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay. Maybe you can hit him up later on down the line when you're married.
Hello?
Hi, can I speak to Tommy?
Yeah, speaking.
Hey, Tommy, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning.
I'm sorry, say that one more time. Hello?
Hey, Tommy, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. You there?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I don't think that he meant that you
Tommy,
need to
can you
yell.
hear me, Tommy?
No.
I can hear you, but I just don't know who you are.
Oh, okay, good. I was worried you couldn't hear me. Tommy, this is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the morning. Are you familiar?
Am I what?
Are you familiar?
Are you sure he can hear us?
Have you heard of Brooke and Jubal in the morning before?
No.
Oh, okay, good. It's a radio show.
Great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We're calling you today because one of our listeners emailed us about you.
Okay.
Okay, are you curious to know who would email us?
Uh-huh.
I still feel like Tommy has no idea what's going
No,
on.
and he doesn't sound like he cares.
So, Tommy, you recently met a girl named Mary Ellen, right?
Yes.
Yes.
I did. Why? How do you know that?
Well, I know that because Mary Ellen emailed us to see if we could get a hold of you because apparently you've scheduled a date with her twice now and blown her off each time.
Okay, is that what she said?
That's what she said. Yeah. And so we're getting you on the phone to find out why you keep blowing her off.
To be honest with you, I've just been really conflicted about it.
And why is that?
She thinks, just so you know, that you're probably either married or have a girlfriend.
No, I'm
Wait.
not.
Is that a nervous laugh because you're lying to us, or is that a nervous laugh because you're surprised she thinks that?
No, I swear to God, I definitely don't have a girlfriend or a wife.
Okay.
That's a
so
good start.
We got that out of the way. Why won't you go out on a date with her then? Why do you keep scheduling and then bailing?
It's my own insecurity, to be honest with you. I just didn't feel comfortable with it when I thought about it.
Male pattern baldness? Is that what it is?
Hey, women are okay with that.
No, I'm not balding.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you said insecure, and that's instantly where I went. I was like, he's got to be balding.
No, that is not the case.
Oh.
How can you be insecure? You're the guy that walks into a bar, asks a hot bartender out, and she actually says yes to you out of the thousands of guys that hit on her all the time.
To tell you the truth, I'm not usually that impulsive, and I only did that because I really was drawn to her. Mary Ellen is really interesting. She's really lovely, and I thought she was great, and I still think she's great.
Sounds like the kind of girl that you want to blow off while she's on the way to a club to meet you. Usually when you describe somebody like that, you're like, I can't wait until they just get right to the door of where we're supposed to have a date and then tell them I'm not showing up.
Listen, in all sincerity, I know that in the end she probably wouldn't be happy with this.
Why?
So,
what is wrong with you?
all right, so you want to hear the whole truth then?
Yeah, that'd be great. I'm assuming she probably does too.
We talked on the phone for quite a while the night that we met, and it was great. It was a really wonderful conversation. And after I got off the phone with her, I looked her up on social media, and I thought she was a lot older than she actually is.
Okay.
She's 23.
All right.
Okay, what's wrong with that?
It's kind of young. How old are you?
I'm 42, and I'm divorced, a couple of years.
Okay, so you're almost 20 years older than her.
Yeah.
And that bothers you?
Yeah, some girls
Most guys are like,
what's the issue?
yeah, jackpot.
It's not me, it's for her. I don't want to do that to her, if that makes any sense.
You don't want her to date a geriatric.
Yeah, in so many words. Thank you, yes.
But come on, I mean, shouldn't you leave that up to her?
She's going to have to explain this to, her friends that we go out with and her family, like meeting her parents. Like, I never for a million years thought that I would ever be that guy, that gets the parents.
I can see what you mean there a little bit. It would be awkward to be 20 years older than the girl that you're dating and be like, okay, I've officially become like midlife crisis man.
Yeah, but if you guys have a real connection and you think that she's sophisticated and intelligent, then why not?
I think that's kind of a simple way of looking at it, and it is really a lot more complicated than that, especially on my end.
you know?
Okay, wouldn't you be curious to find out what she thinks?
Not really. I'm not exactly proud to be in this situation. I think she's just kind of going to mock and ridicule me. Can you guys just tell her?
Okay. Well, how about I just tell you that you actually kind of told her because she's on the other line listening and wants to talk to you.
What?
Yeah. Yep. Mary Ellen?
Hi, Tommy.
I thought she sent an email. I didn't know that this was a phone thing. I thought she wrote a letter.
She did, and then we got her on the phone and told her to hang on while we talked to you to see if we could get the answer, and now it's time for her to talk to you.
Yeah.
That's one way to sum it up.
I'm not really sure how to take this.
Oh man. Did you hear the whole thing? Did you hear everything?
Yeah, you don't look 42.
That's a nice
compliment.
thing. Yeah.
Kind of.
You don't look 23
Wait a minute.
at all.
I don't know how to take that. I mean, you said I look a lot older.
No,
What does a lot older
no.
mean?
No, I didn't mean like you look old. You look like a woman.
Oh.
Whoa.
You look like you've been
Hey.
experienced,
Yeah.
Mary Ellen.
A real woman.
Okay.
I just mean you look more mature. You know, and you sound more mature. I didn't mean to think that you look like some old broad. I'm not saying that at all. No, you're amazing and you're beautiful, actually. And when I was 23, you would be the one I would have dreamt about.
I tell you what, Mary Ellen, if I were 20 years younger, the things we'd do.
You
Mary
weren't even born.
Does it bother you that he's 42?
I mean, I'm just surprised that he wouldn't have told me that ahead of time.
In all fairness, I didn't think I had to. Like, I had no idea.
I mean, like, when you looked me up on social media and you found that out, you could have texted me or said something, like given me the respect at least to say something so that I'm not sitting here wondering and trying to figure out what's going on.
I'm sorry. I've never been in this situation, and I honestly was really desperate to avoid having this conversation because it's really awkward.
Here we are.
But wasn't it kind of a clue when she said her favorite DJ was in town and she wanted to go dancing that she wasn't 35?
All right, so now you know why I wanted to cancel.
Oh.
All right. So you're like, who's this Tiesto guy?
I knew, like, if I was going to go there that night, that I was just going to embarrass myself.
Hey, man.
Like, this doesn't sound like Jimmy Buffett at all. This is terrible.
I'm not that old.
Come on. Tommy, you're not a parrot head?
A parrot head. No, he's more of a Grateful Dead guy.
I just wish that you would have given me the option and the choice of whether or not I wanted to go out on a date with you because of your age.
Well, Tommy, how about this? Would you like to go out on a second date with Mary Ellen? We will pay for it.
Come on, what could it hurt?
You know what, though? She can't really make this decision. And I don't mean this to say in any condescending way, but you don't know what I know. Like, I know what you're going to discover. You're going to discover that I go to bed really early compared to you.
You're going to discover that I like going to bed at 9 o'clock at night.
And,
Can I interject here for a second?
and I can't drink. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry to interrupt you. I don't know if I want to go on a second date anymore.
Really?
Yeah, after listening to all this, like, you can't make the decision for me, and you think you've got it all figured out, and if that's the case, I don't want to deal with that anyways.
Wow.
That's a good...
It kind of sounds like we're listening to a
that.
daughter and her dad argue. You don't know how I feel. I know everything. You think you know everything. Awesome.
Oh, my dad is in his 40s, so that's one thing.
Oh, my God.
This just keeps getting better.
Hello?
Hi, may I speak to Callie, please?
This is she.
Callie, how are you? This is Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning.
Who?
Jubal from Brooke and Jubal in the Morning? Morning radio show?
I know the name.
You've heard the name before?
No, I know your name. I know who you are.
Okay, sweet. Well,
Why are you calling me? What's going on?
I'm calling you because you recently went out with one of our listeners. You went out with a guy named Ethan a little while ago. Do you remember meeting Ethan in your language class?
No. Yeah. I mean, we didn't go out, but yeah.
Okay, so you didn't go out on a date with Ethan?
No, not yet. I think he's cute.
What? You do, but you want to go out on a date with Ethan?
We'll see. Wait, so he called you?
He emailed us, actually. and he told us all about your date. Well, he told us all about hanging out with you.
Mm-hmm.
And it was kind of an odd little hangout session because he was thinking it was a date. Obviously, from your response, it wasn't a date. Everybody, though, wants to know who the dude was that was there hanging out.
Yeah, it wasn't a date, and that was one of my best friends. That's my friend David.
Oh,
So there's nothing between you and David?
No, he's been one of my best friends for like 5 years.
Really?
So when he asked you to hang out, you just thought it was just for fun and that you guys were hanging out and your best friend could hang out too?
Yeah, no, he just asked if we could hang out, so I invited him over. So he came over and hung out with us, and then we all went bowling, and I mean, they hung out, they were cool, which was good. I mean, that's really important.
Yeah, totally.
So you're not a swinger?
And there's that.
No, why?
Oh, man. Callie, that was my theory, was that the dude was over there on purpose, and you were hoping that he and Ethan could get to know each other very well with you. No?
Wait, who said that?
I said that.
Oh, okay.
And I'm wrong? You're not a swinger?
No, I'm definitely not a swinger, but I know some if you want me to give him your number.
All right. Well, maybe we can talk later, Callie. Not right now. But you can see why I would ask the question, though. It's kind of weird when a guy says, "Hey, let's hang out," and you're like, "Sure, come over." And then you come over, and there's another dude there who continues to follow you throughout the night. He pays for everything. It's like
Follow me, like that's my friend. We invited Ethan to come out with us. I don't understand what's going on right now. Like this call is weird.
Well, but Ethan thought it was. Well, I understand the call is weird. Thank you, by the way, for staying on the phone with us and not hanging up. I appreciate that. But Ethan thought he was going.
You guys are cool. I'm just trying to get a handle on what's going on.
Well, Ethan thought you were going on a date.
And Ethan thought he was really clear that it was obvious he was interested in you.
No, I know he's interested in me. It is obvious, but I just met the guy, so obviously I'm just going to get to know him. It's important to be friends first. Like, I'm not just going to go date some random guy.
Yeah, you should tell Ethan that. That's what I think.
I haven't talked to him. I mean, I guess I will when I see him. He hasn't called.
Callie, why don't we change the fact that you haven't talked to him? Because he's actually on the other line right now.
What?
Hola.
Oh.
Hey, Callie, how's it going?
I'm not sure right now. Like,
I just was a little I could not figure out what you were thinking because when I asked you if you wanted to hang out, and I know I should have said date, but I thought your response was like you were interested in me, and I show up, and then there's this guy there, David, who's like, I guess he's a nice guy, but I don't know, and mainly the fact that I had to pay for everything is like so.
wait a second. Why
annoying
does this
to me.
keep up about you having to pay for stuff? Like, you offered to pay. Did I tell you to pay?
No. You were busy bowling and eating nachos and shoes that someone else, rented. It's just
You're being weird. Like, if you wanted to know what I was thinking, why didn't you just ask me? I actually was interested in you, but you totally just ruined it.
I know you think that I'm being a weirdo, but if being a weirdo can save me about, $40 to $50 every time I see you, I guess that's good.
Wow.
You're so cheap.
Hey, Callie?
I don't even know what to say right now because I was interested in you, and now you're just being immature.
Well, I guess since I'm immature, it's okay for me to go ahead and say that you're being a gold-digging b****.
Wow, this deteriorated fast, didn't it?
I'm sorry that $40 is a lot of money for you. Like, if it was, you shouldn't have offered to pay. Like, it's in such bad taste to then, come back later and talk about something that you paid for. It's pathetic.
But Callie, I feel like you used Ethan to take you and your friend out for a good time.
I don't think
It's what it sounds like to me.
No.
If you let him
You're
pay
not
for
listening.
everything.
I actually was interested in him
Okay.
before this call.
Did you ever offer to pay at all, or did he just go the whole time? Was Ethan like, "Oh, I'll take care of it. It's cool. I'm a cool guy. I'm Ethan. I'll just pay."
I don't know. My grandma taught me right. I don't ever pay for anything when I'm with men. Like, that's...
All right. Okay, but that's just the way you were raised and how you do things. You don't pay for stuff.
No, and I wouldn't expect to pay for anything if we ever went out on a first date, which will now never happen.
I mean, Callie, David might be your friend, but it's not Ethan's friend, so he shouldn't have to pay.
Why is he paying for him?
Yeah,
I don't know, Ethan. Why did you pay for everything?
Because they just sat there with their hands out.
All right, at this point, I would like to see if you two crazy kids would go out on a second date or a first date, whatever. Callie, it will comfort you to know that I will pay for it. Yeah. Will you go out with Ethan again?
Hey, I have a lot more friends. You know, if you want to pay for a party, I'm all for it.
I can pay for a party with you and your friends. So, is that a no? You're not interested in going out with Ethan again?
No, not at all. I'm sorry, I don't mean to joke, but it's really funny now.
That's fine.
Oh, so you don't want to go out with her, Ethan?
No, I can't. I can't afford it.
What about her friend Dave? Why is this guy getting screwed out of another date? Ethan, you want to go out with Dave again?
No, it's over. Me and David are a thing of the past.
This is the saddest second date update I've ever heard. I liked you guys together.